Hey guys, it's Vic Merck with Team Relinquish. I'm here with Noah. Sir, what did you do today at the PPG TCGCON?
I just got second place.
Okay, well what deck were you playing?
I was playing Virtual World with a spicy little engine that I can explain in the deck profile that basically establishes Scythe turn 1 in addition to like a bunch of other, floating resources.
Alright.
Yeah.
Want to go straight to the deck profile or
yeah,
matches?
we can get right into it. Yeah,
Right.
No worries. So we got, for the Virtual World cards, they don't need too much explaining, pretty standard. 3 Kowloon. This card's amazing going second because a lot of people play DP. So going for this into Qinglong makes their DP awkward because they don't want to pop a Qinglong with DP and just get me free value. So yeah, drawing this card's amazing. And then 3 Qinglong, 2 Chooch, and Xuanwu. So just one thing about Xuanwu, in this particular deck, it's not needed for any of the turn 1 combos. It's just nice to have in in the grind game, or if you get hand trapped, as an additional resource. But I don't know, it's technically not needed. So if you want to play this deck and fit in more defensive cards, you could. This is one cuttable card, but yeah, the rest is kind of have to play. So that's it. 9 of those virtual spell and traps. Then the monster lineup is 2 Nian, 3 Lulu, 3 Lala, 3 Gigi, and 3 Lily. So I think this is a pretty standard lineup. The only thing that's different is playing 2 Nian and none of the level 6 guy. The level 6 guy just sucks. I'm never trying to discard cards. You already have to neg so much to get your turns going in this deck, so it's not needed. And then the reason for 2 and not 1 is because there's hands where you want to have access to the second one, and also I play Desires, so I don't want to banish my only copy. But you can side out 1 if you have to risk it going second, and just say, hope I don't banish it off Desires. So that's the Virtual World lineup.
Well, luckily Desires is at 1.
Yeah, exactly. Luckily and unluckily, right? Yeah, we did play new lists. So there's the 1, and then 2 Ready Fusion. So originally on my deck list, this was 3 Ready Fusion, but then I decided last minute, literally in line, I got advice from Mount Fuji, Alex. He was like, "You're crazy for not playing Desires in Virtual World when it's you just want to have as many hand effects as possible." And I definitely am hyped that I played this card. It was every time I drew it and it resolved to draw 2, I was basically winning that game. So yeah, sad it went to 1. And then the 2 Ready Fusion. This is not standard in Virtual World, but I played the Needle Fiber Auroradon Cupid Pitch line, and so this is just to summon Theseus as a tuner. But it can also come in clutch if you draw it off of a Stardust charge and you're already locked into the Virtual World restriction. You can just summon Theseus and make a free Omega with one of your level 3s. And Omega is really good to recycle your banished cards, as well as, just generically loop cards out of their hands. So yeah, this card's really good. You don't really want to play 3 though, because it's just a brick to see multiple, and it's summoning a vanilla, right? It's not that broken. So yeah, so that's these. And then some more extenders that can also be starters is Emergency Teleport. Super hyped. This came off the list at 3. This card, if you go second with it, it's another way that you can sort of beat DPE by just getting more targets on board for your names. Super good card. A lot of times I would summon out tuners with this to then go for the fiber play, E-Telly, normal summon an Ash or something like that, and then you have the full combo. So yeah, really good card. And then 1 Ogre. So this works with the E-Telly as well against a lot of decks going second that play the Brave Token engine. You can have Ogre set up to trade with the Griffin Rider, because Griffin Rider has to shuffle into the deck as part of the effect. So you can chain Ogre to it, destroy it on the field, and then it fizzles. As well as people playing Pure Tri-Brigade, you can use this to kind of make the Apollo not as good if you E-Telly it out or draw it. So yeah, just playing 1 is you have 4 of it if you need it going second. And then 3 Ash. It's pretty self-explanatory, the most generic hand trap. When it's a brand new format like this, you want to play the cards that can work against everything, plus it's a level 3 tuner, so that comes up sometimes. And then one of the best cards is Gamma. This card just makes your opponent sweat a lot. Every time you play, some card that they want to Ash, or they want to DPE pop, or they want to negate in some way, but you have no monsters, they really have to play around this card. Because not only do I play Omega, but I play the Needle Fiber Auradon combo. And so this is the non-tuner and tuner to literally set up the whole play. There was one round where I had a bad hand. I had Kowloon and hand traps I couldn't actually play. I Kowlooned, he Ashed, and I Gamut, and then I literally did the full combo. So yeah, this card is really nice. And then the 3 weird cards that you never see in any virtual deck is these. This is like, I don't know if it's standard, but every time you play the Auradon, people know what this does. In this deck, you only use this one time. I don't play Colt Wing or anything. This is just like the level 1 tuner to do the Cupid pitch and that whole sequence. And then these two are the new stuff. This Destrudo. The standard turn 1 combo is you just make Beatrice plus a level 3 non-tuner with a Chuche engrave. So what you do is you Beatrice, send the Destrudo, then you Destrudo on the level 3, so the Destrudo becomes level 4. Then you use Chuch to boost your level 3 up to level 6. So then you can use the Destrudo plus the level 6 to make a Baron. Then on their turn you use Beatrice to send the Scythe, and you can use Baron in the standby phase to reborn the Scythe back. So, and if they try to like hold a Chalice or something for the Scythe, you can chain Chooch to pop it because you'll have the Chooch set up as well. So this is kind of like the win con going first I mentioned. Since when you get hand trapped a lot, if you just make one Crystal Wing and a Chooch and pass, like that's not good enough to beat these decks. So you need like some sort of auto win. So yeah, that's 40. No upstart. Wish I could have fit it in, but you know, the deck's tight. I wanted to play defensive cards. So we can go to the extra deck, Shen Shen. You know, it's kind of sad you don't really make this card that much in this version of the deck. Just because the turn 1 combo, you're using your 6s to make a Beatrice instead of going for the Shen Shen, but you know, it's nice to have against certain matchups. Vermilion, I actually popped 2 artifact sites with this, so I didn't learn my lesson the first time, but it's whatever, I still won those games, and this card just like amazing utility. Baron, like I mentioned, you only really make it if you're resolving your full combo, because it's level 10. Yeah, so that's the big synchros, then Omega. I mentioned you can make this with the Theseus plus level 3, or you can make it with the Gamma. I did a cool play with this where I Omega'd the card out of his hand. Then I did a bunch of plays, made Shen Shen attacked, and then Shen Shen put back the monster that I banished out of his hand with Omega. So then on my next turn, he didn't get the card back. So it's pretty cool. And then Coral, Stardust, and Juju. This card's like, I summoned it one time the whole tournament. It's the most expendable card. These are super necessary. You make this a lot of time turn 1. And then this is a amazing, it's like backrow decks and just going second in general. Then the Fiber, Auroradon, Cupid pitch line I was talking about. This is, if you resolve this combo, you end on Beatrice, Baron, Shen Shen with a live Chooch, just off of one, like, you know, Needle Fiber Summon Death Squad. So it's kind of crazy. You get like plus $1 billion and you have hella follow-up, so really good. There's like people play like the Psy Reflector and they play like other like engines to turbo into this, but those just kind of play into the hand traps more, versus I wanted to use this engine as a way of beating hand traps, where if they stop the first virtual effect, I can like normal summon or teleport or ready fusion and then go into this line of play. So that's kind of my theory there. And then for the Exceeds, you have Beatrice, Fan, M7. These are just good utility going second. You never really make this turn 1 just because you're always going for the Beatrice to do the combo I was explaining earlier. Beatrice is like insane. Like, I don't know, any deck that can take advantage of this on your turn and their turn, like, should definitely do it. And then yeah, these are just pretty self-explanatory standard. You can use this to add back Ash. It's like pretty cool. In a simplified game state, you do M7 add back Ash. Like, no matter what they top deck, they lose. Then Zeus. I feel like a lot of people kind of tunnel vision and try to play this card. Like, I played no Gaia Dragon. A lot of people play like Gaia Dragon to give the Zeus extra value, but I don't know, I feel like every time people make Zeus, they could have just like done a different line of play and attacked for game that turn. So I think this card's just like a nice backup plan, but I don't think you should really like focus on playing it, because it kind of ruins your follow-up play by sending away, you know, your own Chooch and Qinglong and stuff. So yeah, it's like, this card's nice, but it's not that crazy in this deck. And then the Theseus, the cool version that doesn't say tuner, but you play it because it's a tuner. So yeah, that's extra. It's nice because I got every single type of card in this extra deck, you know, represent. And then side deck. So the side deck was like not good for this tournament. The cards are good, but like based on the matchups I played against, I would not have this side deck again. So I can just kind of make it quick since I didn't really use most of these cards. The theory is this is just good against Rogue. People can play like Drytron. It's good against like that Invoke deck. They play like Inspector Border deck. Like, this is like fine. So I don't know. It's just like a nice generic card to have when you don't know what your opponents, you don't really know what they're going to be playing. And then Droll. This was like really the only card I would side consistently throughout the tournament. A lot of people are playing the Brave Token deck, so when they start their turn with Brave Token, you're essentially cutting off their whole like engine for the rest of the turn. So yeah, this card was like really good. And then the next one was Collector. This card, in theory, is like very effective against the matchup, the Sword Soul matchup. But like this deck inherently has a good Sword Soul matchup, so I don't think I would side this again because like it was kind of redundant. I didn't want to lose consistency by siding this card when like I could already beat their deck with my engine. So, and some people will just play one Collector to send off Beatrice, but like in my combo, I'm sending Scythe and Destrudo, so I don't have a free send. I'd rather Scythe them than like Collector them and hope they don't have an out. So, yeah, I don't think I would play this card again, at least in this particular deck. And then for going second against backer decks, I played Storms and Reboot. Since IO is banned now, you don't need to play Twin Twister. You can get away with playing Landing Storm. And this deck like doesn't lose that hard to like the window matchup, so you don't really need a quick play to chain to the Schism, since you have like the Qinglong as a way of having a main deck out to it. Yeah, and against backer decks in general, like if you play your cards well with Virtual World, like you can be fine to just kind of grind them out. And then the last two cards were for going first. This is what I would side if they were playing Flunderies, because I wanted to respect that matchup. My normal turn one combo, gets absolutely destroyed by Flunderies because I'm making a Scythe that does nothing, and I'm getting rid of my own Baron. So like if I go first against that deck, I'll just Beatrice send the Banshee to put up Zombie World, and then protect it by having my own